From that, I'll take you to Adum, where traders in Adum are protesting a decongestion of the market. Authorities say this exercise is to create a pathway for emergency cases. The traders are back in the market, counting their losses days after fire razed their stalls. Items worth millions of Ghana cedis have been lost. Friday's fire at the Blue Light Arena razed several shops, leaving many traders without a source of income. As part of recovery efforts, authorities announced a decongestion initiative aimed at creating a clear route for emergency services in the busy commercial district. Now let's cross over live and connect with Nana Boache Adum, who reports from there. Nana, it's Monday, few days after what has happened. The National Fire Service says that it has contained the fire, even up until ending it entirely. What's the current situation in the Adum Market? Nana, can you hear me?
MFA, as I speak to you, the fire has been contained, just as indicated by the Ghana National Fire Service. And this is where we are currently, the PZ arena where the incident occurred. And you can see clearly scraps all over. These are scraps from some of the metal shops that were affected by the inferno that engulfed the area on Friday. And you can see that although the fire has been contained, just as indicated by the Ghana National Fire Service, smoke is still coming out of some of the shops, and we still have the water tanker. Still, some of them are still out there, and even in here trying to contain the smoke. What is surprising is that some of the traders have besieged the place. Early this morning, they were clad in red, protesting against authorities' decision to decongest the area. The decongestion exercise that was indicated by the Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoakohene, is to make sure that an emergency pathway is being created in here to avert a reoccurrence, or to make sure that when something of this sort happens, they would be able to curb it on time. Earlier on Friday, when the incident occurred, the fire service and the fire tender found it very difficult to come into the arena, making the fire spread rapidly and sweeping through major shops and major blocks. Today, we have been able to confirm from the regional minister that about 6,000 traders, according to the calculated figure, have been affected by the inferno that occurred on Friday morning. You can see that right behind me is a fire tender that's just coming in to make sure that they're able to contain the smoke that is still coming out of here. Some of the traders are on my left, some of them are on my right. Trader groups have been here. Guta have come in here. The KMA have been here. We already know that KMA doesn't have a CEO yet, but then we have the director and other executives from the KMA who've come in to inspect the place. They weren't able to speak to us, but we know that right from here, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoakohene, is heading to the Menchia Palace. We are being told that the Kumasi Traditional Council will be sitting this afternoon to take briefing from Dr. Frank Amoakohene on the way forward. And so what you see here are some of the traders who are in here. According to them, they've come to observe the decongestion, if it is to take place, and to make sure that they do not lose their shops. They fear that if this exercise is being allowed, the regional minister and in fact the other authorities would not make it possible for them to have their shops anymore. I have one woman here with me. She's clad in red and she's protesting against the decisions of the authorities. Mami, me join you. So what should the koko atu komo meaning say also we are affected? How ben as say mukum?
Ahoy kum ni say ye hu de yenye. Wo maybe ayenye. Etale ehye no. Your friend no ni bire soja. Say many bire en soja. A container ase. Say ye aduane ba na ebedie. Ya about time ye wo ma. Ye nim ankra wo school. Say ankra no wo school na your friend me ani yesu. Me na namo. Mo fra na yesu. Say ye nim sky de beto aduane ama ankra na yesika ye mpabo ameme tombro ni wo mpabo. Ni nyina ase. Kakra obi bo am ya wo no yikogu me won so a ano so ayira.
Say at say mose monte ase mampanyimfo no fa asase no no mbie kwan to madinti na mose moni omonya adwen
ene omonya adwen kyerɛ sɛ wo mugye asase no to omo so mba ya emwa yen And the other day, I slept in front of say, Woman, in my end. Na yentimi yani ayentimi ya ade ni entraso ni enya aduane ni nya sa yentimi entrase
na se mpanyifo ka se omo besi amamwa enka betimi aboa na o masan so ayi kwan atum se de be ya daache bi bibi se isi o betimi aso ano
omo de mayan ya omo nkyere de yenya no omo kyere ya ye be ya ne sa
ni momo ni omo mpese mo beja asase na mo
yenya ama wo mo ye ni ya be ya ade no omo nkyere de yenya no endi de pere se omo muwe ni mayan omo muwe ni mayan de yani abetimi ayade
yeah, better and so that's a trader who says that she doesn't agree with the directive from the regional minister that they have to create a pathway to make sure that any emergency case that comes up will be able to be kept on time. She says that they have to rather break down the building and leave it to them. They would be able to construct it themselves because they fear that if this is left to the hands of the authorities, they would not be able to have their lands anymore. Many themselves also are affected by AJ. They're now torn.
Okay, affected. Yeah, Tom Paboa. Yeah, online business. Ahani feed from. Ahani BBA. It's a say no bra. Yeah, person catch regional minister. And mpanyimfo mo man say baby adu no de omo mo bi omo person mo de boy bia no omo mo aye na konebra no so enye den emfiri aso because ye ha wa na ye aya na didi hwede e ma o ye de hwe abusua ye de hwe yankase ye ho ye daily life activities wa say nti se omka so mo say je ha de aye ni ba bia ye ko nti se omo ye mo ani nyina ne say ene ye kasa bebreba ya begina ye protest nyina ne say wo de se omo ebedwi bibia omo ni yankasa yankase yamfure sika meshe yade ya ne buy because ye ni ba bia akọ ye ni ba bia akọ boys egua bebrebe nyina ye feed from asay ye ni ba bia akọ ye online business ye be ye nyina ne wo shop de ba ya ye ni shop no so kwa ye do so chan mo shop no omo so na me yansa ko ya no.
Interesting twist of events where traders in the Adum markets are insisting they would rather reconstruct the markets by themselves.